Berthold had like a huge transformation in personality in this episode. I never like realized how skilled, I guess, he was or could be.
If you think about it, that's what happens when someone realizes they have nothing left to lose, basically.
They snap.
It's like he basically snapped in a different way than Reiner had.
Yeah.
But he's cold because he's realized there's nothing he can do. It's a defeat. It's almost you turn into a robot. It's like you turn off your emotions, and yeah, that's basically what he did. And someone who's more calculating and less emotionally vulnerable will probably make a harsher opponent for them. Because obviously their words won't get to him. I mean, he even said to Armin, I'm aware that you're not evil. I'm aware that he said they're precious to him. These are his precious friends. He literally admitted to them that he's fully aware that he is trying to kill people he cares about. And
It's scary.
And he knows that they care about him and don't want to kill him. And he's like, well, what did he yell back at Armin? When Armin was like, you don't have to do this or something. And he was like, so are all of you going to just die for me then, basically? I know that's not what he said. But I'm like, I don't have it in front of me. But he basically said, well, then I'll need all of you to die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I love Berthold.
We had the transfer of consciousness kind of before, but this is to a way different level.
It was his nervous system this time, right?
Yeah, but the depiction was like he transferred it into the Titan too. Like his whole nervous system, not just his human body. So earlier in the episode, when Marco caught on to Reiner and Berthold, the terminology Reiner used is like with my Titan. Is there any shot that like from season 1, when we were talking about like Dark Passenger kind of thing, is there any shot and then like kind of going off the weird terminology of fusing with Annie, is there any shot that like an initial Titan person, like Titan, and then when a person becomes a human with the ability of the Titan, it's like that person merges with them and there's like some sort of like dual person there?
It could be like a consciousness and then a separate consciousness of a separate being. But we do know that the physical body changes because the founding Titan's form obviously is different.
Yeah.
Even though it's the same, maybe even memories.
Yeah.
So the armored Titan might be a passed down, like he has the memories of everyone else that was ever an armored Titan or something like that, if it was the same thing.
Like, because the Titan itself is depicted with its own brain. Like, I'm one, like, so if I was Ymir, right, and I was injected and turned into a Titan and thrown off, like, the wall, and then I eat Marcel and become human again, is my Titan form have some sort of memory of Marcel? Would Marcel somehow be living inside? I don't know. It's so hard to understand. I'm just grasping at straws, but like,
it's not that it's hard to understand because it's not like they've given us the answers and we just can't understand the actual like truth. It's that there are still so many unknowns to how it actually works.
Berthold has the greatest power of them all. That's what Reiner said.
I mean, it would make sense with
how
big his Titan form is.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that the only reason that Titan has stuff on his back is to put Berthold in a freaking barrel?
I did not expect that.
Like, what?
No, I did not expect that.
What
it
a
makes
hiding
sense,
place.
But I got such a crazy scale of how much destruction the Colossal Titan can do in such little ease at the end of this episode.
I mean, like, this town has already been destroyed quite a bit, but if you look at most of the houses, they could be patched up at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
And then when the Colossal comes in, I'm like, ooh, the people, when they come back home after you guys inevitably lose, are going to have a lot of work to do.
This was the line I think you were talking about?
Yes. Yeah, you are precious comrades to me. I also intend to kill you. Like, and he says it with no hesitation, no sweat bullets, no nothing. He's normally always drawn with some type of like sweat drop on his face. Because he's always apprehensive. He's always hesitating. He's always, that's always just how he is depicted.
I'm trying to find the mid-roll at the moment. It was about coffee or whatever that is.
Well, while you look for it, I'm just going to say that I feel really bad for Armin in this episode.
Yeah.
He had to do not only did he have to deal with the same thing that everyone else did which is the fact that they have to fight and kill these people that they care about. He's also entrusted. It's on him how this goes, what their plan is. Are they going to try to negotiate? Who do they fight now?
Yeah.
The pressure of all of his friends and their lives and if they survive or not is all on the decision that he makes. And that's a lot of pressure on him.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And he'd have to kill 2 of his friends.
It's cool that like Armin's getting that chance though. Like as a character, I'm happy for him to be getting recognized and put in positions of importance.
It's cool that he's trusted in that way.
Mid-roll.
Information available for public disclosure. Dark liquid, which we have guessed is probably coffee.
There's a grinder.
Maybe we'll find out right
similar
now.
to tea.
Believed to be a beverage consumed by the Titan shifters while they were camping out. Confirmed to have a pleasant aroma from the remaining liquid found. Its origin is unknown, but this suggests the existence of an outside culture that consumes luxury goods similar to black tea.
The only thing that throws me off from the coffee thing is how it's consumed by the Titan shifters, even though it actually was. Part of my mind's like, do they need to drink that, or like, does it help them? Like,
I like the usage of the word luxury goods.
Yeah, me too.
An outside culture.
Because luxury goods to me like implies there are goods that are needed to survive, but once you get to a certain point in culture and evolution, you're able to twist those things that you are using to survive to whatever degree you want to make sure you're using those to enjoy them more. Like it's like an enjoyment, like a luxury,
It just makes me think that it's just there's another civilization with humans with
That's
all
more
the same
advanced.
knowledge or whatever, with the same fashion sense. It's not like when Annie and Reiner and Berthold were kids, they were dressed in like something totally different than anything we've ever seen. It's kind of like, oh, here, that neighborhood over there, just happens to possibly be run by different people. Therefore, maybe their progress technologically and in exploration and in other aspects has differed.
Or like one got like a 10-year head start, a 20-year head start, a 60-year head start.
I mean, a lot could change just based on who was in charge and who was ruling and how they were ruling. I don't know what to think. This
has gone down so many different like crazy routes.
I don't know what happens now because you can't kill Berthold. How do you
see? That's what I'm saying.
Berthold right now. Negotiations are over because he has nothing to negotiate with. He has nothing that you could say that is going to get him out of the mindset he's in right now because he already decided to give up on Annie.
I don't know what to do. Like, don't get me wrong. Eren as a Titan is like a Titan and he's like 15 meters or whatever. He's a small boy compared to Berthold, He
is a small boy. And obviously Reiner is healing right now, so.
Like, I don't know how you, like, unless you use the, whatever you call it, Thunder Spears, like, that's, like, in my mind, the best chance, but I doubt that would work. I don't really know what to suggest.
I mean, like, in my head, I'm like, why don't Berthold and Reiner see the option that they could side with their friends? Because I'm pretty sure the 3 Titans we have up against the Beast Titan and his little posse, that we would win.
Because they must feel like it's inevitable or the truth that they're told is real to some extent, and they have to put the betterment of, in my mind, the future before that.
And it could also be that we've already come so far and done so much damage.
Yeah.
That there's no redemption here and we have to just keep going. Don't make it like you don't make all those people die in vain or whatever. Complete your goal for the betterment of the world or whatever you think you are doing.
Yeah.
It's so... I never expected to be left with all of our friend group at the end here, where it's all kind of up to them now. All of these kind of young kids who are just being thrown into this world, who all care about each other. It's like, it brings down the war into a smaller scale, because it's like, now the fighting is between a friend group. These two sides are represented in one friend group, and they're the ones they have to hash it out together in order to affect the whole rest of the world. It's crazy.
Yeah. Am I wrong in assuming, or thinking in episode 9 of season 2, that's the episode where Berthold, Ymir, and Reiner are on the tree branches sitting with Eren? Did Berthold or Reiner, either of them seem like weirded out for Eren not understanding or not like getting what they were saying?
I think so.
I
think I vaguely remember at least a shocked face or something that he didn't.
There definitely was in 2X7 or what, like the whole transformation thing. And that was, but I kind of wrote that off to Reiner's issues going on within himself. But is there any shot that we said it, the power of like the founding Titan powers, probably the thing that they're scared of? In their prophecy, do they have Eren doing something? Do they have they're like, oh, why don't you know this? And it's because like they're literally referring to what they know is going to happen rather than who Eren is in that moment right then.
So what would the prophecy be that some person brings this about? Then wouldn't Grisha have been pushing? If he came from that society that had that prophecy, wouldn't he then be making that prophecy come true?
Yeah, because he would think that there's a different route. Like, what if
he would entrust his son with the fate of humanity in the world, basically?
What if Grisha was like, maybe these guys aren't the bad guys. Let's give my son the power. And if, okay, 2 civilizations, right? If one civilization gets completely demolished, that's the end of the world to them. Mm-hmm. Regardless of like the actual world. To them, that's the end of the world. What if Eren is like, you're trying to kill us, so I'm going to come over there and kill all of you before you can kill us, and that's the end of the world to them. And Grisha's...
Eren is... You know how we've talked about, is he special? Was this meant to be him?
Mm-hmm.
He's from parents of both places.
Yeah.
He's the perfect person. I mean, we are still assuming that Grisha is from the same hometown as
Zeke,
and Reiner and Berthold and Annie. Obviously, that's still conjecture. We don't actually know that to be true for sure. But in our headcanons, that is true at the moment. And that would mean that Eren is born of these two cultures that obviously hate each other.
Does that put you in a position where like you can have a say about both things, or does that put you in a position where both sides hate you?
Yeah, he's in a powerful position because he could easily, it being him and Grisha, if this is the case, and Grisha giving it to him, that's the best option in terms of hoping that the fighting would not happen or would stop. Is someone who's connected to both places, to both forces.
If Grisha was a Titan and then ate somebody and became human again, that would make sense for wanting to give Eren the power and not himself, because like they would have already known Grisha and already casted him out as like somebody that they don't trust, or so they wouldn't listen to anything he says in the future. But Eren's a different party.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to say, I like feel like I need to address it. During the episode, like I don't know what's wrong with me, but I think the way Eren's Titan's drawn, he looks really handsome to me, and I've never felt that way, and I don't know what happened.
Something new is stirring inside of you.
Do you know what I mean? Isn't he like
he's
smoother?
very chiseled?
Yeah,
in this shot specifically.
He kind of looks like Mikasa. They have the same like hair, like swoop.
They do.
That was a good episode. I'm scared for next episode.
I am too. I feel like we're setting up for the Beast Titan to possibly make a move. At the very end, I think Erwin was like, what is he thinking?
Yeah.
And then the Beast Titan flicked his ear a little bit. Like, what's he waiting for?
It's gonna have to be, like, it's so weird seeing Levi standing there waiting and not helping with, like, the immediate issue because he has this mission, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm like, when's that gonna happen?
I think the Beast Titan not making a move kind of makes sense if you think about his position being called the War Chief. Yeah. Obviously, he would leave it to the warriors first. And then if they fail, then he would come in. He's the Erwin, yeah,
of that side. Which is almost like, why aren't... Because he doesn't have an arm. I was going to say, why isn't Erwin fighting him? But
Erwin would. If it came to it, Erwin would fight.
Is it safe to say Levi's better with ODM gear than killing Titans than Erwin?
Than anyone.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Mikasa.
Yeah.
But Levi's definitely the best.
I think the Ackerman thing definitely helps. The Ackerman. All right, that's all I have.
Yeah, we have some burning buildings. We have a Colossal Titan. We have an Armored Titan coming back. We have a whole Hanji squad probably being dead.
Nah.
So we don't. Armin is gonna have a panic attack and his head's gonna explode. And I am hoping that the next episode is very good to Armin.
Me too.
In terms of him showing himself that he is smart and capable and a good leader. I think he needs that confidence boost that he can think clearly and objectively in the moment and figure out the right path.
Agreed. You good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We hope to see you next time. The only thing that throws me off from the coffee thing is how it's consumed by the Titan shifters. The only thing that throws me off from the coffee thing is how it's consumed by the Titan shifters. The only thing that throws me off from the coffee thing.
The only thing that throws me off from the coffee thing